finish it. So it goes on to say, we ask God to help us show them the same tolerance, pity, and patience that would cheerfully grant a sick friend. Like I said, if you went to a hospital, somebody's physically sick. When a person offended, we said to ourselves, this is a sick man. How can I be helpful to him? God save me from being angry. Thy will be done. So we can say, like it says here, we say this is sick man. But before that, when we get offended, we think, oh, this person is such a great person that they can offend us, and you're putting them on a pedestal. You're making them God. The things that we think about most, it becomes our higher power. It could be food, drugs, whatever it is. That's what we're doing. So it says here, this is sick man. How can I be helpful? God save me from being angry. Thy will be done. This is so important. The words thy, the third step prayer. Because we have to be renewed in thinking. And that God consciousness is always inside of us. Look, again, whether you want to believe in a higher power, don't, or God, or whatever it is, you were made to be happy, joyous, and free. It's inside. It's called the source. And you can get it, and there can be other ways, you look at life and you have your faith. But it's all about faith. In being faith, again, I use the example, we can't think things through. We just can't. It's just when we think, we get in our own way. Again, it's like the analogy I use of the centipede has 100,000 legs, and he was racing another insect, and the other insect said, he figured out how he knew it was hopeless because the centipede was so fast, but he figured out a way he could beat the centipede. And what he said to the centipede before the race is, he says, look, do me a favor. I know you're going to win the race, but do me a favor. You have all of those legs. Let me know. Think about what you're doing, and then let me know, and maybe you'll help me because I only have 4 legs, and maybe you'll help me on the next race when I race somebody else. And so, okay, so the race started, and the centipede, when he started thinking about the help, he figured he'd tell the guy afterwards. He couldn't move. He was like this. This is the way we run our lives. We're trying to figure out every little thing, every little detail. Am I this? Am I that? Or what somebody said, analyzing it. No, we have a better way. That spiritual awakening, hey, step 5 says those defects of character cast out. 6 and 7 says that we have, with a higher conscience as God of our understanding, when we have the willingness. The willingness means we understand this one concept. If you understand, look, in your lives today, you don't have to, like all this stuff I'm saying, just so long as you feel it's the truth, that the truth is that you have crazy thinking, and that your best thinking got me here. You can't deny that. Again, with the diets, the best thinking got us here, right? So the whole point of the whole thing is that we have this better way, the spiritual awakening, and step 3 and all the other steps brings us to this point. And it goes on to say on the next paragraph, we avoid retaliation or argument. We wouldn't treat sick people that way. Again, it's saying the same thing. If we destroy our chance of being helpful. We cannot be helpful to all people, but at least God will show us how to take a kindly and tolerant view of each and every one. So who shows us how to be kind to people? If you walk through the day, you say, I got to be kind to that person, I got to be tolerant. It doesn't work. When we get centered and we have this God consciousness, which is in there all the time, that source of all of, hey, like I always say, there's nothing anybody can teach you. There is nothing anybody or anyone can teach you that you don't already know. That's the futility when we go ask, a sponsor, 100 people, what we should do. No, the only one who knows the answer is in here. The answer, I tell you, most of the time my answer is that it really doesn't matter, Hey, and one more phrase, so I'm thinking of phrases, is that one I love is that if I have a problem today, I'm the problem. That goes along with who's the problem. I just remembered that one. Yeah, if I have a problem today, I'm the problem. Okay? Even if somebody else has a problem, it's my reaction to it. Even if all things around, like in the world, are going on around us, and whatever the situation is, if we're sitting there, look, it's one thing if you could do something about something, but most of us are sitting there worried we're going to get sick or whatever, and today and everything, but we're not. And at this point, but we're getting really sick and wanting to kill ourselves over thinking about getting sick. That's the way we are. Resentments and anger. I'm going to do this to this person.